Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GK Today Academy app. For regular updates, please join our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. Now we have started a new channel, Civils Academy. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. Now, let's start. Recently, Lok Sabha passed FCRA Amendment Bill. The question is, the original FCRA was passed in which year? So, right answer is 2010. Now, FCRA stands for Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. And recently, few amendments were done in this, and that's why it was in news. So, the important amendments are, now, in order to get foreign funding, one need Aadhaar. So, Aadhaar is now mandatory. Second important point is that this act or this Amendment Act prohibit or prevent any subgranting, even if the other person is registered under FCRA. Now, what does that mean? Suppose there are two individuals, A1 and B1. Now, A1 received foreign funding and both A1 and B1 are registered under FCRA. So, previously what was the scenario? That A1 could have transferred this money to B1 since both are registered. Now, that won't be possible. So, the subgranting won't be possible after this amendment. Third component is that the administrative expense limit has been changed. Previously, it was 50%. Now, it is 20%. What does that mean? It means, suppose you are getting 100 rupees as foreign funding. So, as per previous limit, you could have spent 50 rupee for administrative expenses. Now, you can spend only 20 rupee. That means 20% of annual funding can be spent. This is the maximum limit for administrative expenses. Recently, FCRA was also in news because of Sri Harmandir Sahib, as MHA, that is Home Ministry, approved the registration of Golden Temple under this FCRA, and therefore now Golden Temple can receive foreign funding. Project Shield, which is aimed at combating crime against women and children, is a project of which state? So, it is a project related to Tamil Nadu. What is the name of project? It is Project Shield. What is the objective? Objective is to combat the crimes against women and children. And this will be implemented in the 5 districts of Tamil Nadu. Now, recently Tamil Nadu was also in news because of Sterlite plant. And this is a unit of Vedanta. Which organization recently released the special report on sustainable recovery? So, this has been released by IEA, that is International Energy Agency, and IEA released this report in collaboration with Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog is an executive body. Prime Minister is the ex officio chairperson of Niti Aayog. Now, this special report on sustainable recovery is part of World Energy Outlook series of IEA. It is important to note that IEA was founded in 1974 and it is established under OECD. What is OECD? It is Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development. The headquarters of OECD is in France, in Paris. India became the associate member. Please remember, associate member of IEA in 2017. Vajra faculty scheme is a scheme of which of the following ministries? So, it is a scheme of Ministry of Science and Technology. Now, what is the objective? Objective is to attract the Indian researchers who are residing in foreign countries. So the objective is to attract them so that they can work in Indian institutions and universities. For that, different initiatives have been announced. So one such initiative is Vajra. What is Vajra? It is Visiting Advanced Joint Research Faculty Scheme. That means under this scheme, overseas scientists and academicians can work in Indian institutions. Apart from that, another such initiative is Ramanujam Fellowship. And third such initiative is BRCP. What is BRCP? It is Biomedical Research Career Program. So these 3 initiatives are steps taken by the government to attract the researchers and scientists so that they can work in collaboration with Indian institutions. And it is an initiative of Ministry of Science and Technology. The Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana is being implemented by which ministry? So, it will be implemented by Ministry of Animal Husbandry, Dairying and Fisheries. It is important to note that previously it was a department under Agriculture Ministry. But last year, the government formulated a separate ministry and now it is Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying. and it is responsible for the implementation of PMMSY, that is Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. Now, this scheme focuses on the Blue Revolution. What is Blue Revolution? It is development of the fisheries sector. Which among the following commodities are removed by the Essential Commodities Amendment Bill? So all of these commodities have been removed by this amendment bill. Now in this context, few important terms are there. First and foremost is, what is this Essential Commodities Act? So it is an act of 1955. Second thing is that now if government declare any commodity as essential commodity, government can control its production, its supply, its distribution, and government can impose the stock limit. What does that mean? It means government can say that you cannot stock more than 10 tons of onions. This is just one example. So government can impose such restrictions if something has been declared as essential commodity under this act. Now recently government amended this and removed cereals, pulses, oilseeds, onion and potatoes from this list. So what is the argument of government? Argument is that now government will not interfere in these, and therefore private sector can invest and private sector can bring new money, and that money can help in development of cold storage as well as in the modernization of food chain supply. This will also bring the market stability and it will also create the competition. That is the argument of government. Now why opposition is opposing it? The argument of opposition is that previously government used to interfere if the price is fluctuating too much. For example, if the price of onion increased from 40 rupees to 100 rupees, then government can interfere. But now it won't be possible. Another argument is that even though government can now interfere, but only in extraordinary circumstances. What are those extraordinary circumstances? For example, war, famine, or any natural calamity. So the argument of opposition is that these extraordinary circumstances are too high. That means the chances of war, famine, or natural calamity is very rare, but the chances of fluctuation of price is very common. In every season you see the fluctuation of price of certain commodities. So that's why this is the argument of government and this is the argument of opposition. In which state the government of India is going to set up the country's one of the first medical device park, and it will be in Kerala. And the name of this park is MedSpark, and it is going to be an initiative of SCT, IMST and KSIDC. What is SCT, IMST? It is Sri Chitra Tirunal Institute for Medical Sciences and Technology. So it is under DST, that is Department of Science and Technology. What is KSIDC? It is Kerala State Industrial Development Corporation. So if you remember that it is an initiative of KSIDC, obviously you do not need to remember the name of Kerala because KSIDC is an entity of Kerala government. Now, this DST was also in use because of Yash initiative. It was also in use because of Kavach initiative. It was also in use because of Sahyog initiative. On which date the World Heart Day is celebrated? So it is celebrated on 29th of September. Apart from that, 23rd of September is celebrated as International Day of Sign Languages. In addition to that, the last week of September is celebrated as International Week of Deaf. So this is last week of September. And the theme for this year's International Day of Sign Languages are for everyone. Apart from that, 26th of September is celebrated as International Day for Total Elimination of Nuclear Weapons. Bethesda Softworks, which was recently in use, is a software company mainly known for it is known for gaming applications. Recently it was in use because Microsoft has announced its plans to acquire the parent company of this Bethesda Softworks, and the parent company is ZeniMax. So ZeniMax is the parent company of Bethesda Softworks and Microsoft is going to acquire it, and the deal is worth $7.5 billion. Now, Microsoft is a US company. The headquarters is in Washington. The founders of Microsoft are Bill Gates and Paul Allen. Apart from that, recently one more American company was in use and it is KKR. So this KKR is a global investment firm. And recently it was in news because it has decided to acquire stakes in RRVL. What is RRVL? It is Reliance Retail Venture Limited. So KKR is going to acquire stakes in this RRVL. Previously, Silver Lake also acquired stakes in this RRVL. The term fully accessible routes is associated to which of the following? So it is associated to investments, and it refers to a new route of investment by non-residents, and non-residents can invest in government securities of India through this fully accessible route. Now, in this context, please read about what is government security, what is T-bill, and what is WMA, that is Ways and Means Advances. Donimalai, which is known for iron ore mining, is located in which state of India? So, it is in Karnataka, and it is in Bellary district of Karnataka. Why it was in news recently? Because mining was resumed here, and that's why it was in news. Now recently, Karnataka was also in news because of Channapatna toys. Karnataka was also in news because of first RORO of South Western Railways. What is RORO? It is first roll-on, roll-off. So the first roll-on, roll-off service of South Western Railways was flagged off from Karnataka to Maharashtra. Recently, Maharashtra was in news as first Kisan Rail was started from Maharashtra to Bihar. Second Kisan Rail was started from Andhra Pradesh to Delhi. So these were the most important questions of today's quiz. Now we are going to cover important news. Feel free to skip it if you do not like the format, but make sure you cover it from some other shows. So first news is about Aarti Saha. Actually, she was an Indian swimmer and Olympian, and in 1959, she became the first Asian woman to cross the English Channel. Why she was in news recently? Because Google celebrated her 80th birthday. So she was the first Asian woman to cross the English Channel in 1959. That means she crossed this English Channel in 1959. Now next is Arogya Manthan 2.0. So the second anniversary of PMJAY, that is Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. So this is component of Ayushman Bharat. So the second anniversary of this Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana was celebrated, and this event was chaired by Dr. Harshvardhan. He is the Minister of Health and Family Welfare. Now recently, this scheme was also in news because of two other initiatives. First is that the Health Minister launched AB PMJAY Joint Certification Program. Second is that now manual scavengers and truck drivers will also be covered under this Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Next is infotainment zone. So it is a combination of two words, information and entertainment. So Uttar Pradesh government is going to set up India's biggest film city in the Gautam Budh Nagar district of Uttar Pradesh, and this is going to be infotainment zone. Next is INS Virat. So INS Virat was in news as it will be broken at Alang Shipyard. This was decommissioned in 2017. Previously, it was part of Indian Navy since 1987, and before that, it was part of British Navy. It is an aircraft carrier. This Alang Shipyard is in Gujarat. Next is Official Secrets Act. So recently this act was in news because Delhi police arrested few journalists under this act, and this act was enacted in 1923, and it is related to the matters of secrecy and confidentiality in the governance. It is important to note that in case of any conflict with RTI, that is Right to Information Act, the RTI shall prevail over Official Secret Act. Next is Bah Ndaw. So recently, he became the interim president of Mali. Interim means temporary, for the time being. Next is HDFC Life Yes Bank collaboration. So both these decided to collaborate, and Yes Bank will offer the life insurance services provided by the HDFC Bank. That means Yes Bank will offer these services to the customers of Yes Bank. Next is Mukhyamantri Kisan Kalyan Yojana. So it is a scheme announced by Madhya Pradesh government. It is on the lines of Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi. So as per this Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi, government provide 6,000 rupees to the farmers per annum. As per the scheme by Madhya Pradesh government, 4,000 rupees will be provided to the farmers per annum. Now, answer in comment box which is the nodal ministry for the implementation of Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi. So now, farmers in Madhya Pradesh will have total income of 10,000 per annum from these two schemes. Next is Abhyas. So it is related to DRDO. What is DRDO? It is Defense Research and Development Organization. So recently DRDO successfully conducted the test of Abhyas. Now this air vehicle can be used as a target for the evaluation of different missile systems, and this is associated to DRDO. DRDO is under MOD, that is Ministry of Defense. Next is collaboration between ITBP and Uttarakhand. ITBP is Indo-Tibetan Border Police. It is part of CAPF. CAPF stands for Central Armed Police Forces. It is under MHA, that is Ministry of Home Affairs. So ITBP and Uttarakhand collaborated, and as per this collaboration, ITBP will promote the adventure sports activities in Uttarakhand. Next is Ashalata Vav-Gaonkar. So she was Marathi actress and she passed away recently. Next is Gupteshwar Pandey. So he was the former DGP of Bihar, and recently he took VRS. What is VRS? It is voluntary retirement. Next is Simanchala Das. So recently Simanchala Das has been appointed as advisor to IMF Executive Director. IMF stands for International Monetary Fund. So Simanchala Das has been appointed as advisor to IMF Executive Director for a period of 3 years. Next is Asian Football Confederation. So this is responsible for the regulation of football in Asia and Australia. Why it was in news recently? Because this football confederation had constituted a task force to regulate the football clubs in Asia and Australia. And now, recently, Colonel Dr. Girija Mungali from India has been appointed as a member of this task force. What is the role of this task force? It will regulate the football clubs in Asian and Australian continent. The headquarters of Asian Football Confederation is in Malaysia. Next is Brookwater Championship. So it is a golf championship. Recently it was in news because Ashley Barty won this championship. She is from Australia. Next is Passes exercise. So recently Indian Navy and Royal Australian Navy conducted this Passes exercise, and this was conducted in East Indian Ocean region. Next is Feed India initiative. So this is an initiative by Vikas Khanna. He is a chef. Recently he was also in news because of his book Kitchens of Gratitude. He was also in news as he will be honored with 2020 Asia Game Changer Award. And last news is Voice of Dissent. So it is a book by historian Romila Thapa. So these were the most important events. Now homework. So please read about EEZ, that is Exclusive Economic Zone. Please read about APMC and suspension process of members of parliament. So that was all for the day. Thank you.